Welcome to your English class, second years. It's your next poem, The Magical Earth. We have completed one prose, Opportunities for Youth by Jawaharlal Nehru in the previous classes. Now this is your poem, The Magical Earth, written by Gulzar. Now you know that we call earth as our mother earth, motherland. Mother earth, motherland, Bhu Mata, Bhu Devi. It is a Hindi word which means that earth. So we call it as with a lot of respect. Why do we give respect to earth? Because we have to go down into the dust. Because we are made of dust, we are mortals, we have to die one day. Because we have to respect earth, because whatever we are getting, the agriculture and anything, even your plants, your trees, your food, you are getting all the things from earth. If you take care of your earth, obviously earth will return you in a better way. That is the main theme behind writing this poem. Gulzar is a very famous person for you. I hope you know him very well right now, because mostly students follow Instagram, and that many of the sayings of Gulzar are in vogue, in trend. People made many of the sayings of Gulzar by themselves and writing it out by Gulzar. Don't know what his actual writings are, but he is a very famous and a very learned person, a poet by birth, you can say, because poets are never being made. You cannot train a person to become a poet. Poet is the actually being by birth itself, they have that capacity to being a poet. Poets are born, not made, because we cannot make the poet. Here the poet is Gulzar. We cannot make Gulzar and every time. Now we'll get into quick, you can say, a brief history of Gulzar, then we'll move on to the topic. His actual name is Sampuran Singh Karla. Sampuran Singh Karla is his actual name. He has taken birth in the year 1934. So you can say that he has seen a lot of decades in front of him and lot of changes in the life of the people, and how the modernization has taken place, and how even the mentality of the people have been changed. So he has witnessed many of the things, and he is one of the very experienced person. His pen name is Gulzar. Pen name, whenever he writes anything, he write down with the name as Gulzar. He himself kept his name as Gulzar. He has born in Jhelum. It is actually in district, it is a district in Punjab itself. So he has born over there. He has got 20 Filmfare Awards for his writings, and I understand that after getting this poem, you may start searching out the poetry of Gulzar. So few of the poetry still you won't understand, because he has actually written a very mature poetry for the mature people to understand. Many of you have a taste. If you have a taste for understanding poetry, then definitely you would understand. But those who don't get that, it needs a lot of reading for understanding, and the depth in your mind to understand that type of the poetry. And he normally writes down in Hindi. So one of the person, Pawan Kumar, has taken the responsibility of translating his poem into English. So this poem, it is actually in Hindi written by Gulzar, but it is being translated by Pawan in English. Okay. So now how many awards he got? 20 Filmfare Awards, Sahitya Academy Award, one of the prestigious award, Dada Sahab Phalke Award, again most you can say difficult to achieve this type of the award, Dada Sahab Phalke, one of the honorable award he has got. Next is Padma Bhushan. He got Padma Bhushan also, the highest awards, honorary awards he has got. because he has a name, he made his name by his writings only. He is a very as far as I have seen his interviews and all, and I found him a very introvert person. He is not a very bold and talkative type of person. Whenever there is a need, he normally pen down his expressions, or you can say his thoughts. He expressed his thoughts into the poems. Through the poems he wanted to reach to the people, and he reached, because this is not a joke to get this type of the awards. And one advice he has given to all the youngsters, that start planting trees whenever you have your birthday. As normally on our birthdays we receive the presents or the gifts from the other people. Just imagine it out, you are giving one present to the earth. You should. So one present to the earth is a small sapling. A small sapling, you just go and grow it into any of the pot if you had, or if you don't have, you can go ahead into, right now they are showing you varieties of that bottles. In the bottles also you can cut the bottles from one side, and you can, in between you can make a rectangle and put some soil and plant a sapling. There is no need for you to spend the money for buying that, going everywhere. Even on every birthday, if you are spending the money for buying one pot and writing on it my 16th birthday, 17th birthday, 14th birthday, it will be one of the memories for you later on. When you become old, you will remember and you will see that, and you will find out one of the thing you will be proud. Okay, I have done these things in my young days. Okay, so here is that. Now whatever he has written is about the magical earth, how the earth could be magical. Now first we will go a little background into the earth, why we give importance to earth. Now 22nd April is celebrated as International Earth Day. To celebrate the earth, we have dedicated one day, that is, and normally people plant the saplings, plant the trees, and try to water the plants. They in any of the cities they try to not pollute the land. One day at least they want to stop it out, to just celebrate, to give the to salute our Mother Earth. Special about it, what are the things that are special about earth? One is fertile soil, which is used for the agriculture. If you have a fertile soil, obviously we need it for the agriculture. And you know why do we go for agriculture? Because we need food to eat, and food can be grown. That varieties of the food crops, grains, all pulses can be, even vegetables, everything can be grown on the fertile soil only. If you have the fertile soil, you can go for agriculture, and you can go ahead with that harvest. Few months you can get the harvest, and it will be, you can enjoy the whole harvest for the whole year. Next is no trees, erosion of soil. If you don't plant any trees, with the rain, with the flood, what will happen is that the upper layer of the soil will wash away. So what happens is, if the upper layer of the soil is the most fertile soil, if the trees are being planted, the roots go inside, and the roots hold the soil and the water tightly. So when the flood comes out also, when the rain water goes into that way, it cannot wash away the topmost layer of the soil, because of the roots of the trees which are tightly upholding the soil. Have you understood the point? Here no trees means, if you are cutting the trees, so that means you are actually damaging the fertile layer of the soil. Then if trees would not be there, rain would not be there, because you know it very well that the evaporation can be done on where the water is open, where in the seas, in the oceans and all, the water can get evaporated in the forms of the vapor into the sky, and slowly it cools down, condenses, and form it into the form of a cloud, make it actually filled up into the cloud, and then it start giving you the rain. Evaporation, condensation. It evaporates in the form of the vapors and gets down to in the form of rain to you in a form, the process is known as condensation. Evaporation is with the heat, condensation is with the cold. So here is that if the trees are not there, dark trees, the dark color of the trees, the green trees attract the cloud. If you have seen maybe the clouds which have become black color, so those are the rain filled clouds which are ready to burst, and when they get the greenery, green color, green trees or grass or greenery, they get attracted towards greenery and the cloud burst over there and you get the rain. But if there are no trees, the clouds can burst? No. From where the water can go? The evaporation will be there, but it can scattered everywhere. It won't get filled up at one place because of less of the greenery. And why the greenery? If the greenery is less, means the topmost layer of the soil is also washed away. So here these things are interrelated to each other. If you want the fertile soil, you have to plant the trees. Plant the trees, so you will get the rain. If you get the rain, you get the fertile soil. And everybody knows that. It is not related to science. It is common knowledge that everyone must have. You give by exhaling your breath, you give the carbon dioxide to the plant and you inhale fresh oxygen from plants. If no plants are there, how can you breathe? How can you get your oxygen? You are exhaling carbon dioxide, but what you are inhaling? If you don't have oxygen, are you going to inhale carbon dioxide, which is actually very hazardous for your lungs? So you have to keep it in mind that if you have the plants, if you are planting a tree on your birthday, so you can get your own oxygen, your own you can say parcel of oxygen, you can get it. So carbon dioxide, oxygen, everybody knows that. That means we need the plants. And if there is a lot of pollution, now it is happening because of all the vehicles, from buses to the autos to the cars to every lorries to all the vehicles. We create a lot of pollution on the earth. We are giving more carbon dioxide and we are expecting double oxygen. Is it possible? Because we are cutting the trees. Already for establishment of some factories, building the houses and all, we are normally cutting the trees. Simply cutting the trees but expecting the oxygen to come. From where, how can it come? It is a logical thinking to imagine it out. That's why our government have started by the time when we have got Telangana 2014 itself, government has started Harita Haram program to plant the saplings, to plant the trees. In every school they are performing, in every college they are performing, just to make sure that the new generation or the younger generation should realize the importance of the trees. It is for your future, for your breathing. It is not for anything. It is only for breathing. At least you need to breathe to live. So we have to avoid a little bit pollution. If you are getting more pollution, plant more trees. Next is the global warming. As many people have complained that because we are getting more heat, more scorching heat, and the summers are too hot. How the summers are becoming too hot? Because of ourselves only. We are cutting the trees. We are not giving any time to planting the trees to get the fresh air and all. So the rains are not falling on time. So obviously the summers are getting extended, and because of the pollutions, because of the factories, from plastic to everything is getting manufactured in the factories. The pollution from the chimneys, what it is coming out, and the garbage what we are dumping into the water. Just imagine it out in Himan Sagar and in many places where we are dumping the garbage. We cannot see actually water does not have any color. But normally if the water is clean, it looks like a blue color because the sky color get reflected into that. But right now we get green colors, green, blackish, grayish. something different variety of the colors, because we dump everything into water. We had a habit in every culvert, to every place wherever we can get an open drain, we just want to put some or the other filthy things into that, and then we complain we are getting such a stinking smell and all. We are responsible, we are creating all these things, and how can we blame the other persons? So just imagine it out, at the time of evaporation, what can evaporate? Such a filthy water is there, and that too the water getting stagnant because of the whatever the garbage we are putting, the water is not flowing, the water is stagnant, and that's why it becomes a breeding ground for the mosquitoes. And because of mosquitoes, how many diseases can spread? You know very well, from malaria to dengue to many of the diseases where we cannot even imagine it out, and it is actually a threat for our life, and it is unhygienic, and you can imagine that it is one of the untidy thing for us to live near the place where the water is stagnant. So we are responsible for that. Rains are getting delayed because the trees are not there. Because the trees are not there, we are not able to get the fresh air, and still we are believing that global warming is happening because of our age. We are thinking that we are getting older, that's why we are feeling more heat. It is not. It is the global warming happening everywhere. Many of the countries, those who are the developed countries like USA, Russia and all, whenever they test any nuclear bomb, whenever they do any testing on the nuclear weapons and all, they normally dump those leftover, or you can say the wastage of the nuclear bombs or nuclear things into the near the developing countries. As you know that India, just I am drawing the downside of India. Here, down of India, you have Indian Ocean. Here, Indian Ocean is that. So many of the countries, the developed countries, what they are doing is that they are dumping their nuclear materials, wastage of nuclear material, into this Indian Ocean and to the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is in between Europe and North America. So, and near to African side they are, because Africa is a underdeveloped continent, so obviously they are dumping over there. So what is happening? Sometimes the people have witnessed the oil is actually floating on the water. Oil means the chemicals from that, whatever may be the material coming out from the nuclear things, it is actually floating on the water, because oil never get mixed into the water. And you just imagine it out, how we can get that type of evaporation. If that water gets evaporated, we will get the acidic rain, which is not at all be good for our health. Not only for our health, for our agriculture also, will not get the proper agriculture. Sometimes you must have heard that because of this rain, because of that rain, we have lost our harvest of onions, harvest of tomatoes. Many a times it had happened because of the wrong time acidic rains, and acidic rains could happen because of the dumping of the nuclear garbage near the oceans or in the oceans. So it is happening that, in other words, we can say that we human beings are responsible for damaging the earth, for damaging the nature, and again we are complaining that we are getting this type of the extreme seasons, so extreme weathers. So we have to find it out where we are standing and what we have to do to avoid this type of the, and you cannot say that okay, only myself can't do anything. No, just imagine it out. If in 1 month, maybe many of the people would have the birthdays, many Indians would have the birthday. If they start planting a sapling of their own in their own home, so slowly how much greenery can be spread into overall India. At least we can bother about our country, so it can affect the other countries as well. So we'll have to think in such a way. In the next class, we'll go ahead with the first stanza of Mother Earth. By the time, take care and have a good day. Thank you.